Why do you think people stop working on themselves? Is it time? Is it effort? Is it because you have to become uncomfortable? Again, I ask you, why do you think people stop working on themselves? If you're new to the channel, I go by the name of ED. For all you smart and intelligent folks out there, listen, that just simply means, and I have an 8-point framework in which I plan on unpacking today's title, which is entitled, Are You Committed to Self-Development or Self-Destruction? Again, are you committed to self-development or self-destruction? I have a quote here, a couple quotes I hope that can really ignite you today. First quote is, someone said that you have two primary choices in life. We can either accept conditions as they exist, or we can take responsibility to change them. Les Brown. Never quit, never quiet your gift to make someone comfortable. Again, never quiet your gift to make someone comfortable. Edward Coke Jr. I want to accomplish 10 times more than my expectation. Again, I want to accomplish 10 times more than my expectation. Again, Edward Coke Jr. Point number one, turning failures into a launching pad. Again, turning failures into a launching pad. You know, family, I feel so bad of how we look at failures or failing as a lack of, or we didn't do so well, instead of putting on a new pair of glasses and changing how we look at the way of the thing that we were going after that we wasn't successful at, and changing the way that we look at it. And I'll be honest with you, family, it's not easy. It's constant work. I have two choices though. I can constantly continue with the same mindset of saying it's not going to change, or I can change. I can look with a different mindset and says I have an opportunity to change it. And again, it's not easy. I wish I could tell you that it was easy, but it's not hard either. And I'm not perfect, family, when I share this with you. But the point I'm trying to make is that taking our ability to really look at turn the failures into a learning launch pad. When I failed the PMP, not once, not twice, not three times, I had to look at myself like, what am I doing wrong? I'm coaching and teaching people how to pass this thing, and they're passing, and I'm not passing. What am I doing wrong here? And I started going down that whole trail, and then eventually I said, well, let me look and see what were some of the things that were happening to me. Why was I rushing to finish the test late? Okay, I got it. I was using my analytical, I was being too analytical on the question instead of taking a different approach of how I answered the question. Did I know the material like I thought I did? Well, yes, I did. However, I was still confusing some of how I would do it on my day to day versus what the PMBOK was asking me. So again, family, I started going down this I'll say a triage of understanding why I wasn't successful. And a lot of times we don't take the time to do that. When we're leading projects, we do it. We have what we call a lessons learned register. At the end of that project, we go over them, over all the lessons that we've learned. We should be collecting them throughout the entire project, but at the end of the project is when we really have that deep dive. So being able to turn your failures into a learning launch pad is going to separate you from your peers. Thank you so much for watching today's episode. Make sure you hit that subscribe and like button. I know there's a lot of people that's been subscribing, that's been watching, excuse me, that haven't subscribed. Show me some love. I mean, just hit that subscribe button. All you're gonna get is some amazing content by someone that's in it with you, that's just trying to get 1% better each and every day. Point number two, adopt a skill swap strategy. I love this. Reason why I call it a skill swap strategy, and just instead of saying mastermind, what I love to do is part of a mastermind that I am. Shout out to Phil and Daryl. I'm in a mastermind that's around leadership, that's around project management, and we exchange notes consistently and talk about, hey, this is the book that we're reading on leadership, or this is the course that we're taking, or this is what we were studying this week that we learned, that we want to, how we need to get better instead of looking at what happened or what went wrong. Okay, yep, it went wrong. How do we fix it? So being able to get with like-minded people. When I identify like-minded people, I'm talking about people that are willing to make the investment in themselves to grow. I always say 1% better, because I think if you say, oh, well, I want to lose 200 pounds in 2 days, you like, do like, why not enjoy the journey as you're getting to the destination? So, one of the things that I love about the skill swap strategy, or what I call a mastermind, is being able to talk with people that a particular skill that you really want to learn. So, for instance, Phil, he has the Project Management Leadership Institute. You should check that out if you want to know more and learn more about leadership. Really great, excellent program. It's a year-long program. He's not even paying me to say this. It's just as my grandma would say, the proof is just in the pudding, baby. So basically, what you want to do is check that out. But this the reason why I love masterminds is because you can do some skill swapping and understand what skill that somebody that you may want to learn from. So I won't drain that anymore. Point number 3: experiment with projects personally and professionally. We don't run enough experiments, I believe. I believe since I've been running a lot more experiments, I've been able to learn, hey, what's working and what's not. I'm running an experiment now. I started in February, and we're in still in the month of February. Every Monday I drop 2 episodes. And why do I drop 2 episodes? Is because I really wanted to see. I was seeing a like people were really locked in between 12 and 6, and then there was another group of people that were 9 to almost to like 11 p.m. So I was like, well, I want to take care of both audience. I want to over deliver and provide more value. So this is why I'm running an experiment for the month of February and saying, okay, every Monday you guys will get 2 episodes, full length episodes of the show, because of the fact of I really believe that if someone is taking time out to show you love, to watch your videos, at the minimum you can do is just over deliver. So I hope that I'm over delivering for you guys. So what I'm saying is basically is run many experiments, whether in your professional life as well as your personal life. Professionally, one of the things that I'm running experiments on is meetings. I'm finding out different ways of, like, hey, sending out the meeting recap. Do I send it out afterwards or the next business day? Another experiment I'm running with meetings, I'm also having more timed meetings. So what that looks like is saying, hey, we have a 30-minute meeting. Okay, for the first 5 minutes, John, you have this block, but normally I go over my risk. So I normally go over the risk. I say I have 5 minutes for that, and I time stamp each particular item, because I want to have the meetings when someone comes in. It was like, man, this meeting is, I mean, you just flowing through, and still leaving time available just in case if any unforeseen thing comes up, or somebody has something to discuss. But really showing people that, hey, I really appreciate your time, and I know time is something you can't get back. So I want to keep it as concise as possible, but still keeping that more of an adaptable mindset of being, of saying, hey, but if we got to pivot, I'm there to pivot. All right, point number 4. This is one of the things I started doing when I was little. I love playing video games. Like, man, you could put a video game in front of me and I'll just stay locked in there. And then as I got older, I kind of moved away, and I'm getting back into playing like my NBA 2K. Can't get away from that. But the point is for point number 4 is gamifying your personal, and I'm going to say professional goals. Being able to, one of the things that this is why I signed on with school, is to create more of a gamified type approach. What is school? School is a platform that I'm going to be able to leverage to put videos that people say, hey, I would love for you to go more in depth. That's probably where I would host that, or even taking some of these videos that really got some really great feedback and comments and putting there, and maybe even talking about that further. But it also allows people to win prizes and things like that, which is awesome and exciting, because people love, I don't know about you, but I love to win, and I love it even more when a prize is associated with it. So really gamifying your personal as well as your professional is really good. One of the things too is using apps like productivity apps, or creating your own system with spreadsheets. For me, I have a lot of visual boards. I even have, like, okay, these are the goals or for this quarter that I want to achieve. Here's the reward that comes with if I achieve all these goals. So again, really just making life fun, and while you're at the same time getting to your goals. All right, point number 5: set boundaries for self-care. Again, I'll say that again: set boundaries for self-care. Listen, family, we have to work on this, of being able to set these boundaries. I understand, especially if you're someone like me, that you are always thinking about everyone else, and then you think about yourself last. But what could tend to happen is, family, you could get burnouts. You could really just be feeling so overworked and so frustrated, and it could start spilling out in other areas of your life where you didn't think it would come. Somebody could say something small or major, and you may just snap or go off because you're not taking care of yourself. And I understand that sometimes, especially people like us, we feel guilty that we're even taking the time off to do this. But sometimes, family, you need to take that time just to re-energize and then come back. You trust me, if you can't help yourself, you won't be able to help anybody else. And I really stand on that model. When Cat Williams shared that, I really totally agree with him, because you have to be able to take care of you, make sure you're good so you can be a source to everyone else. All right, let's move on to point number 6: adopt a routine of self-reflection. This is something I'm working on currently, and sometimes I get it right, and sometimes I don't. It's basically being able to dedicate time each week to reflect on your progress, your challenges, and your feelings. One of the things I really notice is, when I'm doing this, it really works. Like some of the challenge that I'm up again, and like, okay, I'm trying to get this second book out. Why am I not getting the second book out? And I'm writing down the reasons, why, and then I'm like, okay, I need to solve all these reasons, because I always tell you, family, we tell ourselves more stories, we put more roadblocks in our way than anybody else. Nobody even has to assist us on that, because we've already done it. So we have to find ways to navigate around those roadblocks, or navigate through those roadblocks when they come up, and challenge ourselves not to be the most amazing, even though that would be nice, but taking it one, doing this one day, 1% at a time, and just continually to grow, continue to uplift yourself, continue to tell yourself stories. Because if you don't believe in yourself, how can you have or expect someone else to believe in you? So I always recommend doing that, of just taking time at the end of either on a Sunday or even on that Monday to say, hey, what went well this week? Just like a project, what went well, what didn't go well, what do we need to improve? All right, point number 7: continuously improving your growth mindset. I say this is a continuous job. This is something you can't do overnight. This is not something you'll be able to do for a year and be like, my mind will never be a fixed mindset. And we know the difference. If we don't, I'll unpack it real quick in under 30 seconds. A growth mindset is looking at something and saying that it's possible. A fixed mindset is looking at something and saying it's impossible. When you look at continuously improving your growth mind, it's a continuous job, day in and day out. And the day say, what, I give up trying to have a growth mindset, it's going to be the day you're going to look back and say, man, I wish I would have not done that. So to prevent that, I always challenge everyone to continue to work on your growth mindset. And when fixed mindset things come up, maybe document that. Why did I go into a fixed mindset? Why did I believe it wasn't possible for me to put my book out? Why did I believe it wasn't possible for me to make content? Why did I believe it wasn't possible to get the CAPM or the PMP or whatever that thing is, or that goal that you set at the 2024 start of this year? So whatever that thing is for you, believe it's possible, and believe it's possible because you're willing to do the work. You're willing to make the necessary sacrifices to go after the thing that you said you wanted. All right, let's move on to the point number 8: adopt adaptive learning strategy. We know from project management, adaptive meanings is the ability to be flexible, the ability to change. Even though change is good, we still have to understand, are we making a change just to change, or is there a necessary requirement here that we need to change? And using various learning methods, from visual to auditory to um, books to workshops, just really, really growing your experiences in the form of learning and really trying to figure out what works well for you. I just really realized something that works well for me, where I listen to a Audible book and read on my Kindle, not on my Kindle, but through the Kindle app. I'm able to retain more more information there. So I challenge you by doing that. And last and final point is seek inspirational sources, baby. Basically, finding sources that really inspire you, get you motivated. And as Zig Ziglar, when they asked him this question about does motivation work, well, he posed a question back to the reporter and says, well, yes, motivation works, but it's just like a bath or a shower. You have to do it every day. So, family, this is something you can't just turn on this video and do it today. You have to do it tomorrow and the next day, and continue to create a plan for yourself of really pouring into yourself so you can pour into other people. I think I like that. Until next time, this has been your boy AD, and I'm out.